And we are talking about the nomination of Attorney General Scott Pruitt here in our state to be the nation's Environmental Protection Agency head. That is what Mr. Trump has decided today, and this is a statement from Governor Mary Fallin saying, quote, "I applaud President-elect Trump's appointment of Scott Pruitt as head of the EPA. He will ensure states retain their decision-making policies instead of having them transferred to the federal government." And continuing this conversation here with us live this morning is Jeffrey McDougall, the OIPA chairman here in our state. So with Mr. Pruitt at the head of the EPA, what is the major impact here to our state?
Sure. The lifting of regulations as we move forward for all businesses will be good. But in Oklahoma in particular, and the energy industry in particular, they will help us get to that place of the energy renaissance. And right now, we're not the leader in oil production in the world, but we could easily be the #1 producer of crude oil in the world and natural gas. We have several prolific plays in Oklahoma, the Scoop and the Stack out west, that rank us as one of the highest activity areas in energy. And it'll unleash the economic power of the country and oil and gas in particular.
Now, is it simply regulation holding us back right now, or is it more global factors in the oil marketplace?
No, for us it's really regulation. We need to get in and get our share of the market share. It's a huge market, 70+ million barrels a day, and we're only around 8 million barrels. So we could easily double that number in the United States and be the largest exporter. We just need to keep moving for market share. Let the market run, but the regulations where we have so many different costs put on top of us and issues, those really slow down every business. Ask any business person, even in banking.
Now, in the last 6 to 12 months, though, hasn't it been oversupplying the market, really driving prices in this case?
Yeah, well, obviously we're supply and demand, and our industry's fine with that. That's part of every business is supply and demand. But what happens is it'll be good for everyone. The prices will be reasonable. We'll continue to get market share and expand jobs in the state, expand production taxes. It's just it's an unleashing of an economic powerhouse.
So you think his selection would be a boon to Oklahoma's economy?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. I want to ask you real quick about this. There was a piece this morning, let's see, it was in the Journal Record, that somebody in your organization, the Regulatory Affairs Vice President, A.J. Ferazze, may be the next AG. What are you able to tell us about that?
Well, I'll tell you what, AJ is a very qualified person. I worked with him over the last couple of years, and I can see definitely that he could be a possibility. He understands our regulatory environment here, and super person. I think we'd be supportive of that. If that turns out with the governor, I guess we'll appoint that.
Yep, governor would make that decision there. What would it say about the sense of independence between government and oil industry?
Well, again, almost everyone in the state that's in that side of the industry somewhere has probably worked in energy or has a family member. So I think that is irrelevant in our opinion. I mean, those people are making the right choices when they get into those positions. They know what they need to do. They're reasonable, they're reliable, they're ethical, they have character. So we don't see that as an issue.
And so Oklahomans already know Scott Pruitt. What do you say from the people from the 49 other states or so that are just hearing that name for the first time? How are you going to describe him or introduce him to the rest of the country?
Well, Scott is a man of character. He's the perfect guy for the job. He's reliable, he's predictable, he understands how the system works, he's been on the other side of it, and there's nobody better qualified, in my opinion, both legally and regulatorily, to go through that system and pick it apart and find out what should and should not be out there burdening regulations on business throughout the country.
All right. We appreciate your time today, Mr. McDougall. Thanks for sharing your thoughts and your insights with us.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks,
you.
Steve. You bet. We're welcome.